in contrasting ways. Thomson pick it up and actually go straight down the middle of the ground to their tools, whereas Geelong West Cricket, they're forced to go wider and have to run the ball more often.
We're just about ready for the start of the third term here at Godfrey Street. So Bobby Beattie has the ball in hand for the start of the third term. It'll be Daryl Cox once again against Justin Latter, who Peter said has been probably the best man for the Cheetahs in the first half, and they go up and they both get a hand to it. Comes towards Andy Williams at the back of the pack. His handball towards Nick Lucchino, picks it up, handballs it wide to Leonard. He kicks it out board towards half forward. Andrew Atchison has his name written on it at half back, and he takes the grab. Wants to switch play back in the middle of the ground, looking for Nick Maharis. He goes up. Oh, good mark, Nicholas. Takes the mark. Wants to run off from Latter. He does now to Burns. Oh, Paddy doesn't kick it too often. He goes towards half forward. Coming out at pace is Troy Maharis. Goes over the back of the pack, and the Cheetahs with the numbers want to clear it towards the boundary line. They do so, and it will be a boundary throw in.
Some half-time scores in GWFL. Anarchy 7-9, East Geelong 6-5, Goldpost Hill 5-6, North Geelong 7-4, and Werribee 10-6, Belmont Lions 7-3.
They're the half-time scores we've got to date. Daryl Cox and Latter go up for the ruck contest. Out of that contest somehow towards Gardner. Now off the ground by Latter, pretty close to the boundary line, and just inside the boundary for a throw-in.
Being 10 or 11 goals in front, if I was Thomson, I'd get Troy Maharis and put him in the 10-yard square and tell him to stay there and open up the forward line. And I reckon he'll kick 8 goals.
Comes from Nick Maharis now, goes towards half forward. Now back to whence it came, towards Nick Lucchino. Should be able to go up and take the mark, and he can do so at half back. Leads on from Hinkley, goes in that direction now. Goes up, can't take the mark off hands Fiala. Gets it down towards Costanza, and also against him Armstrong. Armstrong leads in the race for the footy, pretty close to the boundary line, and it is out now for a throw-in between wing and half forward, with the Cheetahs into attack.
The ball between centre wing and half forward flank for West Cricket, in front of the change rooms here at Thomson, for those of you who know the Godfrey Street ground. From the throne, Steen over to Gardner. Gardner off one step, kicks it back towards centre wing. Race for the footy here, Lucchino, Aitchison. Lucchino wins, but there's enough pressure there from Aitchison, he can't control it, and the ball is out of bounds. Now between wing and half forward at the western end, the end to which Thomson are now kicking in this third quarter. 2 minutes gone, third quarter, no change to the half-time score, 12-6, plays 1-7. Going up there was Marcus Forbes, picked up by Gardner. Turns, no tackle, so kicks it long towards full forward. Oh, just absolute sheer strength of body by Troy Maharis there. Just sort of fended his opponent off, took the chest mark, and he's 25 metres out directly in front. And I guess it was just a bit too easy, Pete, wasn't it?
It was, and I think that might even be a little too far out for him. I reckon they've got to get him closer to the goals.
Well, I don't think it's going to make too much difference. It's gone straight over the goal umpire's head that time, but he still kicks that inside out, doesn't he?
So just keep eating those chips, all right?
So that's goal number 4 to Troy Maharis, and that's the first score of the second half. 13-6, 84. Thomson, 1-7-13 West Cricket Footy Club, Lexington Wyndham scoreboard, and it's only 3 minutes into the third quarter.
I'll tell you what, Eric, as a selector of the Interleague, I haven't seen Doherty have such a big smile on his face.
I told Stormy last Saturday he was okay. Stormy will listen to me now.
Yeah, why wouldn't he?
Well, they've made us change to Chris Doyle's gone back onto him now, and Sam Lucchino up on Dean Oakley, back in the middle. Cox gets it down towards Williams, Wolfenden, and Lucchino's there also. That's Nick. Goes to Wolfenden now, gets a clearing kick towards half forward. In the race for the ball, Sam Lucchino got there first. Hockley also breaks a tackle, gets a kick away through Mervin's hands. Through Burns as well, coming in there, Melville, handball to a call from Fiala in the middle, goes in that direction, Ladder's there as well, the big man, can he pick it up? He gets a Shepherd, can he pick? Yes, he does, and he gets ripped off the footy by Atchison, gets it towards Hinkley, over the top of the footy, got a high tackle, play on advantage, no real advantage there because he turns it over, and Greg Mervin takes the mark at centre half back. Now Mervin goes to the right boot towards centre half forward, Forbes in the middle of a couple, off hands, Fanning's there, just overruns it. Burke gets it free. In fact, it was Melville. Goes to Leonard. Goes wider towards Fiala and Armstrong. The boundary line will win on that occasion, and we'll have a throw-in on the outer side between half forward and centre wing.
Daniel Fanning a bit stiff there, Pete. He read it absolutely beautifully, but the ball just sort of tripped him up and it fell to his feet.
And you could see the look on his face. He kind of punched himself in the thighs as if to say, damn.
Yes, that was mine. Ball.
Speaking of trouble.
Ball picked up on the half-forward flank for West Cricket Footy Club. Can't control it, and it's out of bounds once again. True half-forward flank.
So, a boundary throw in again. Big pack forming around it. Cox and Ladder. Ladder now. Cox gets it down with a double fister towards Mitchell. Tried to handball it past to Burns. Couldn't get it there though. Now off hands Williams. Handball back to Leonard running at it. Gets a right foot kick. Cross centre half forward. Foot race on. Getting there first was Burke, but he couldn't take it with him. Rowan. Wilkie comes at it as well. Backs himself. Now Gardner with pace. Rips Wilkie off the footy. Needs some support. Rowan's in there also. And the umpire will come in and bounce the football on just in the centre square. In between the centre wing and the centre circle. Umpire Beattie with the football. Throws the ball in the air. Cox and Ladder. Cox stands his ground, gets it down. Now over the top Burns. Slipped out something. Was that a throw? Yes, said the umpire. And it will be a free kick.
That used to be quite a good game at school, tunnel ball.
Free kick to Nick Maharis. Picks the footy up now. Goes with the right boot towards big man Daryl Cox, but chopping it off is Sam Lucchino. Takes the mark at half back, handballs it off to Wilkie. He runs now with the right boot, goes towards half forward. Fiala up against a couple. Maharis has won. Stein called mine. Couldn't take the mark. Williams is there, wants to get back on that favoured left. Then he goes right, loses the football pretty close to boundary line. The two number 18s fight for it. Goes now towards Fiala on the boundary line. He goes for home. Free kick, was it?
It's off the ball, and I'm a bit interested to... so it's going against Williams, is it?
I think it's Jason Stein. I think... did he put the elbow up in the tackle, possibly? But
was sort of in the act of shepherding, I'd suggest. It wasn't the...
Stein now just waiting, getting up, just getting his jaw checked. He's coming off, so the free kick will go to Rowan. We see Travis Randall coming on for Stein, and he's on. Marty Rowan with the free kick. Between wing and half back, back pocket and half back, goes towards centre wing. Wilkie, there's a push there, but a mark taken anyway for Geelong West, and it's Ladder. Goes on the left boot, or wobbly kick. Mervyn can chop it off at half back and run, and wants to break free and switch play. He can go to Armstrong on the outer side centre wing, and Spud can take the mark. Just stands it, tries to make up a bit of ground, but he can't do so effectively. Now Armstrong from centre wing. Waits for somebody for a lead at half forward. He goes in that direction now. Maharis and also Gardner, good kick. Finds Timmy Gardner. Takes the mark. Wanted the handball. He's got Fanning at... Oh, poor kick though by Gardner. Fanning has to run at it. Needs some support. Tried to tap it back towards Gardner. The Cheetahs, can they get it away? No, they can't. They turn it over again. Oakley ripped off the football. Free kick, said the umpire for a hold. And it will be a free kick to Dean Oakley at half forward.
So he probably must have accepted the fact that he didn't have it, the umpire, on that occasion. Seemed to be on the fingertips, but...
How did he get rid of it?
Good question, Pete. Oakley drives it now towards full forward for Thomson. Big pack of players up high. Ball comes to ground. Mitchell can't control it for Thomson. Coming through is Lucchino. Wide to Williams. Williams now trying to get onto that favoured left foot. And he's kicked it back into the corridor. Oh, I was going to say into the real trouble. It was taken by Ross. Ross for West Cricket towards the centre wing. But in front there, taking the mark, was Marty Rowan. So Rowan of Thomson. Well, that's interesting. Play on, said the umpire. From the kick, it comes back to Mervyn. Mervyn, he's found Paddy Burns. Burns to Rowan, and there's the lead from full forward from Maharis. And well, they turn a negative into a plus pretty quickly, Pete, don't they?
Too far out.
Oh, is it? He's 30 metres out, directly in front.
You're an idiot.
Have you noticed that they have opened it up? I think he's a guy that really doesn't need to be too much further out from goal than this.
No, it's probably...
He gets these wobbly kicks going.
It's probably a fair comment. So maybe a Maharis trait on the left foot. I tell you what, he's put that one right through the middle, and that's goal number 5 for Troy Maharis, and the 14th for the Thomson side. 14-6-90. They lead West Cricket and Footy Club 1-7-13. Lexus of Wyndham scoreboard, 9.5 minutes.
Don't you rip into me,
Geez, I'll tell you what, I wouldn't mind if wobbly punted full 40 can kick 5 goals every week.
But if he's kicked 5, he should have kicked about 8 or 9 already.
You got no idea.
8 or 9 already, I reckon.
Jeez. Yeah, you're a hard taskmaster.
They forced him out to 50 a couple of times, Pete, and I've got to agree. He struggles from there.
I think he tries to kick too far when he gets out that extra 10 or 15 metres.
Pretty right.
Yeah,
Umpire Beattie with the footy back in the middle. Cox and Ladder. Ladder again gets the tap away, but he's not getting a lot of support at ground level. Comes wide towards centre wing. Burke can't pick it up. He's really under pressure there. Maheras dives on the footy, tries to push it through out of the pack. In fact, he absolutely rips the footy out of the pack, comes out by hand to Paddy Burns. Burns to half forward. Marcus Forbes, handball to Mitchell. Mitchell continues, and well, that's interesting. Perhaps Marcus Forbes in the Shepherd must have held on to Nick Licino, because umpire on the spot there and has paid the free kick. Plays on. Loose in the centre is Ladder. Ladder now called to play on after taking the mark. He's tackled, and I'd say he's gone and made up terrific ground there, Luke Forbes, and laid the tackle, and well, the advantage not paid by the umpire, so it's going to have to come all the way back to Luke Forbes. Unfortunately for Thomson, Marcus Forbes had taken the mark again. It's happened 2 or 3 times. On this occasion, it's Lucas Forbes sees Timmy Gardner loose at half forward. So Tim Gardner takes the mark, long way out, very, very well, bit of a shambles up in the forward line. There are players everywhere. So it's just gone the long bomb. Up high there, Troy Maharis, he can't take the mark. Cox picks it up off one step. He's had a pot shot and has kicked it out of bounds on the full. So a bit unfortunate there for Thomson. And the free kick now about to be taken by Adam Melville in the back pocket for West Cricket. Tried to give it over, but Melville, in fact, is going to take the kick. So we've been playing 11 and a half minutes, third quarter. 14-6 Thomson lead West Cricket 1-7. Melville now kicks wide to half-back flank. Oh, from behind is that was Nick Maheras on that occasion. Can't quite bring it down, and gee, likes going for those big fly from behind, Pete, doesn't he? And every now and again they look spectacular.
And every now and again they stick, yeah.
From the throw-in now, Melville tries one from the throw-in. Tries to get it down. It's a big pack of players now, and the umpire will have to come in, and umpire Beveridge will take hold of the footy. 10 metres in from the boundary between wing and half forward. Out of side here at Godfrey Street. Big pack of players around the ground again. Cox gets the tap down. Beautiful tap to Wolfenden. Handball to, look like, who was that? Timmy Gardner. And goes to full forward, but the defence holding firm for West Cricket on this occasion. Sam Licino, can he pick the footy up? He's under real pressure. Can't do so, and it's over the boundary line. This time in front of the Social Club here at Thomson. Half forward flank for the Thomson side, kicking to the western end. 13 minutes gone, third quarter. 14-6 Thomson, 1-7 West Cricket.
From the ruck contest, goes back to Williams. Handball outboard towards Leonard on the boundary line. Got a bit of time to set something up. Oh, shocking kick. Noel Fanning in front of us. Can he get a kick? He might get a kick. It's in our box. You probably heard that there. Peter's just dropped his can of Coke.
Oh, no, I didn't.
No, he did. I know. And I think Fano probably got that handball back to the boundary umpire.
Be the first handball he's ever had in his life.
Over the back of the pack, Burns. Handballs out to Mitchell. Handball to Mervyn. Mervyn on the left, back towards half forward. And Wilkie should be able to take the mark he can for the Cheetahs. So Chris Wilkie tries to drill it towards Hinkley. It's okay, takes the mark. Still in between half-back and centre wing. Goes with the kick towards centre half forward, looking for Ladder. The big man makes position and takes the mark. Got Hockley running past. He elects to go with the kick. Further afield to Nick Licino, who's created some space for him on half forward. He runs now, the lead's on. He goes towards Melville, chopping it off the rubber man. Andrew Atchison has taken the mark. And he hands it off to Bradley. Runs free, goes wide. Looking for Dean Oakley. Has to make up a bit of ground and does so. In front of Hockley, takes the mark. From half-back, back into towards Timmy Gardner. Does well. Timmy shows the ball. Nick nearly tackles him, Nick Licino. Then his teammate does, and that was Sam Licino, his cousin. Now Oakley. Handball outboard to Mitchell. Can it sit for John Mitchell? Can't, and he needs some support. Costanza's there, and also Wilkie. Wilkie, a clearing kick, partly smothered over the head of Leonard. Goes through the arms of Fiala. Now through Fanning. He's got it. Handball towards Burns. Handball towards standing start Mervyn. Back to Burns. Handball over top to Armstrong. Spud can go towards half forward. The lead on by Maharis. Good kick. Troy Maharis has taken the mark. Too far out to score. Peter looks at me. He probably is too far out now. Peter, you'll probably...
he's coming back on the mark, but he might get close now, Pete. The umpire's dragged him back 10.
So Troy Maharis has kicked 5 goals too this afternoon. Pulling the socks up. So we'll see how he goes from, what do you reckon of this, Pete? 50?
I'd say just inside where
Just
he's going to kick
50.
from. Yeah.
All right, we'll see how he goes. It'll aim towards the right goal post, the way he's been kicking them today. Goes in. I'll tell you what, it's a goal. He showed you up, Pete. Goal number 6 to Troy Maharis. And that is the 15th to Thomson. They go to 15-6-96 and they lead Geelong West Cricket and Football Club 1-7-13, and that is on the Lexington Wyndham third quarter scoreboard, 15 minutes played.
Mate, that's why I'm supposed to be the expert. You know what an expert is? A drip under pressure.
But he looks much more composed now. But like his approach to his kick is a lot better, and I guess as the day goes on, guys, they develop confidence in the footy, and he certainly looks a different. He's kicking the ball with much more confidence than what he was earlier.
He seems to be kicking through the ball.
True. From the throw up in the middle, it's Cox just takes it in the middle, gets it to half forward. Oakley picks it up, tries to crash through a tackle, gets a handball to Mitchell, can't control the footy, and they lose it. Thompson here, Latino, can he get a foot to the footy? He can't, and the umpire will move in and throw the ball up, half forward flank for Thompson. Bit of a dispute as to who's got the footy. The umpire's waiting for it, and about to get it now. Last man up is Samuel Latino, and the umpire will put it up once again. Looks like now Nick Maharis is doing the tap work this time. Ball comes to ground. Picked up there for West Cricket. Driven forward to the centre of the ground. In front is Marcus Forbes. Taking the crumb there is Greg Mervyn. Mervyn on the left foot, drives it wide. The lead's coming there from Luke Forbes. Unfortunately, can't reach it before the ball reaches the boundary line, and it's over and out.
Marcus Forbes then, he seemed not to try and mark that ball. He seemed to deliberately try and push that ball to ground, didn't he, to his fellow player.
From the throw-in, forward pocket for Thomson. Finally comes to Williams. Breaks clear of a tackle. He's run a fair way, has a bounce now. Tries to draw a player, kicks towards centre wing. In good position there is Ross. Handball over to the running Hockley, but he can't take the footy. And, well, the umpire's put a whistle on play. He's given a free kick to Hockley, perhaps tackled too high. And on true centre wing there, Richard Hockley for West Cricket.
And the West Cricket, one of the West Cricket players absolutely giving the umpire a mouthful for that decision, and they got it.
And of course the inevitable reply, a free kick to Thomson. Advantage play. Daniel Fanning drives to centre half forward. Oh, good strong mark. That's Luke Forbes. He was basically pushed into it, and we're getting some advice in front of the box as the president perhaps as his coach.
Thinks he's John Elliott.
Personal mentor. So West Cricket take it and clear through Hockley on half-back. Has a bounce. Now goes for the short kick. Timmy Gardner can't quite reach the footy, and unfortunately it's over the boundary line and out. In front of the change rooms here at Godfrey Street. 18 minutes gone, third quarter. 15-6-96 Thomson, 1-7-13 West Cricket. And I guess they're fighting it out, West Cricket, Pete. They just haven't got any firepower up forward.
No, they haven't, and this is really where Thomson should be trying to drive a few nails in to prove that they are a side, a fair dinkum contender.
This is confusing because one umpire's allowing advantage and the other's not. So at the end of the day, Luke Forbes got the free kick, and he wouldn't be without a chance of Bailey Armstrong there from 60, Pete, would he?
There wouldn't be, and he'll probably line him up too.
He's kicked one goal this afternoon, Armstrong. He'll be lining up 60 metres. He's a little bit hesitant though. He's thinking about it. He comes in now. He gives it everything he's got. And it goes to the goal line. It's off hands. Is it 3 for 1 behind? I think it is. It is. So.
And on the opposite side of the goals that he was aiming for. So he's kicked it every bit of 60.
Oh, big kick.
So they go to 15-7-97 now. Thomson, Geelong West Cricket and Football Club 1-7-13. We've been playing 19 minutes in the third term. Lexington Wyndham bringing the third term to you live on Geelong Radio, 100.3 FM this afternoon. Kicking in is Doyle for the Cheetahs. He goes to the outer side looking for Melville. Punched away by Fanning. Good discipline play. And it's a boundary throw-in on the attacking 50 for the Tigers on the outer side here at Godfrey Street. Thrown in now. Anderton up against Ross. Goes to the front of the pack. Mitchell rode well. Can he keep it in though? No, he can't. He nearly puts it into the kindergarten on the full. And it will be a free kick to Doyle on the last line defence for the Cheetahs. So So waiting for the footy to come back. It's with him now in the right back pocket for the Cheetahs. He's got Hinkley at centre half back. He can go to him. He does so now. Takes the mark uncontested. Burke gives him a lead. He hasn't got much to kick to. He sees Daryl Cox in front of him at centre half back. He plays on now. The lead's on from Runia. Oh, he's going to be tackled as he got his kick away. Now it might be a turnover. Mervyn, good defensive play, but Lucchino reads it the better. Does well. Over the top towards Runia. That sits for the big man. Can he get a Shepherd? Yes, he can. Goes with the right boot. Not much to kick to, though. Burns comes back 3 against 1. Who's it sit for? Callow's there. Off hands, Gann. Coming through the middle, Hockley.
Oh, great tackle.
Got rid of the ball towards Duncan. Got a kick around the corner, but standing there, Aaron Bradley does well. Wants to switch play. Goes back towards Sabali Armstrong. Has to make up a bit of ground and does so. And they're away. Thomson now. Armstrong goes out wide looking for Wolfenden. Takes the mark. Wants somebody further afield. And it's Nick Maharis. He takes the mark. Great grab. And wants to play on and does and runs away from Wilkie. Kicks it back inboard looking for the big man Cox. It's over his head. Now it might be a turnover for Geelong West. Hinkley's got it. He can go wide and he does so and he goes towards Burke. Oh, he doesn't take the mark though. Atchison against him. 2 against 1. Should be able to still win it. Oh, Rooney leaves it behind. The rubber man does well to hold it up and does very well, Andrew Atchison. 2 against 1 and won the battle. So at half forward for the Cheetahs, we'll have a ball up. And it is probably Cox and Chris Runia is standing there next to him. Ladder's looks like he's up forward now against Bradley. So Runia having a run in the ruck. Cox just leaves it for Burns, who runs through the middle, tries to shuffle out a handball somewhere. Williams is there. Line turn, handball towards Runia. Needs a Shepherd, gives it to Callow. To Hockley, handball over the top to Leonard. At centre half forward. Right foot kick towards Fiala. Off his hands. Bradley backs himself, does well. Now he's going to get wrapped up. Costanza, good tackle, and he dropped the footy. And it will be a free kick to the Cheetahs. And I think with Costanza going for that tackle, he's hurt himself. He went down pretty hard on the ground. And he will have a free kick about 40 metres out from goal directly in front.
Perhaps he might find himself in the hands of the trainer, unable to have the kick, so Rooney will get the kick, a proven goal kicker. Yes, coming off the ground. Well, that's good team discipline, that, Pete.
That is good team discipline. And I notice, speaking of discipline, another guy to go through the interchange bench for Thomson was the big fella Cox, has come off for a break.
Gee, well, I was just going to say we give Rooney a bit of a rap as being a goal kicker. Oh no, the umpire moved across, but he's paid the goal. So Chris Rooney, as a result of that, gets the second goal for West Cricket and Footy Club. 2-7-19. They trail Thomson 15-7, 97. Lex is a Wyndham scoreboard, and we've been playing 23 minutes into the third quarter.
So Anderton having a run in the ruck now for the Tigers, and it looks like Hinkley might be having a run in the ruck for the Cheetahs. So Ladder at full forward and Rooney at centre half forward. So they're making some changes, the Cheetahs, to try and get some goals. Lazik's on the ground, Bradley's off, so Atchison's back to cover Ladder at full back. Lazik onto Rooney at centre half back, and as we said, Anderton into the middle to have a run on the ruck against Hinkley.
I suppose it's a good exercise, Pete, for the coaching. Both coaches are now throwing players around quite a bit, and it's well, at least they've got to think about it.
Well, I'm trying to have a count of how many Thomson fellas haven't been off the ground, and I think it'll be about 6 or 7.
From the middle, Fanning got a clearing kick towards Troy Maharis, and getting back there is Troy Melville. Goes to the safety of the boundary line and finds in the left back pocket, and we will have a ball in. So 15-7-97 now, the Tigers. They lead the Cheetahs 2-7-19. 23.5 minutes played. Boundary throw in the left forward pocket for the Tigers. And it'll be Hinkley, Ross, Forbes, Maharis from the back. That's Nick. Gets it to the back of the pack. And the Cheetahs with the numbers. Rowan comes through. He's tackled. Hinkley robs him of the footy and gets it around the corner. Anderton at half forward should be able to take the mark and does so. And very careful there, Hockley. Might give away 50, but it's okay now. Anderton goes to the left boot. Long towards his opposite number in the ruck, Hinkley. Does he pay the mark? Yes, he is, said the umpire. And Mark Hinkley will take the kick. Burke in front of us giving a lead from centre wing. It's ignored. Just goes towards centre half back, and Ross takes the mark, uncontested. Now he elects to go with the right boot into the middle of the ground. Fiala up against Forbes. Over the back, Fanning. Does it sit for him? Yes, it does. Goes on the left boot around the corner. Good kick towards Armstrong. Over the back, though, Ross takes a good mark. And we'll be able to Possibly switch play towards centre wing. It's going to be 2-on-1 though. Rowan just slips over the crucial stage. It sits for Burke. He can handball towards Runia. He does so now. Oh, then he trips over at the crucial stage. Now getting back there, Lazic taps it out towards Anderton. Gets back on the left boot. Goes long towards centre half forward. Forbes and Maharis over the back. Mitchell coming out as well. Tapped on by Maharis. Forbes gives it into Nick Maharis. Now where does he go? He goes the left boot towards brother Troy. Great kick and a great lead. Good vision from Nick Maharis. Oh, he was thinking about handballing it over the top to Sabali Armstrong, but he heard that Peter Walker wanted him to kick 8 or 9 goals today, so he's going back to kick for goal number 7.
That was interesting. When Nick had the footy, Pete, you could see that he signalled with the left hand, Troy, and away he went, and Nick picked it up beautifully.
Nick Maharis has got very good skills with his hands, especially when it's in the air, like, just seems to be able to control it.
Well, he's kicked number 7.
Yep.
7 goals.
And from about 20 metres out.
On an angle, though.
Rather a cute angle it was. So 7-2. So it's 16-7-103 Thomson. West Cricket and Footy Club 2-7-19. Lex is a Wyndham scoreboard, and we're now almost 26 minutes, third quarter. See Aaron Bradley coming back and unaccustomed position on the wing.
Well, actually, no, he's played a bit on the wing. Earlier in his career, he played a bit on the wing.
Would be rather any wingman assist with plenty.
Him and Rowan playing the same sort of role, I would have thought, on this wing. A marking type. Back in the middle, Anderton gets it down towards Timmy Gardner. Also in there, Callow gets it free towards Melville. Handball over the top, Fanning at the back end of the square. Rides a couple of bumps. Mervin's in there as well. Handball goes to Bradley. His handball chops it under somebody towards Woofenden. Gets it away towards Mitchell. Mitchell towards half forward. Luke Forbes goes up. Good mark. He's a good mark overhead for his size. Yeah, I know you got him, JJ. It's okay. John Elliott in front of us. Goes towards Troy Maharis. Over the back to brother Nick. Over the shoulder. Should be play on advantage. Nick Maharis is 10 metres out. Oh. Well, maybe the umpire wants him to kick 8 or 9 goals as well, Pete. So, Troy Maharis will have it. 35 metres out, directly in front. And he will be shooting for goal number 8. We see Daryl Cox coming back on the ground.
You know, it scares me.
What scares you?
There's a bloke standing in front of us that's an ex-umpire, and he's starting to dictate the rules out into the umpires. Unbelievable.
So Troy Maharis from directly in front, 35 metres out. He comes in and he's kicked the goal. Goal number 8 for Troy Maharis.
I told you he was good.
His 8th goal, the 17th for Thomson. They go to 17-7-109. They lead Geelong West 2-7-19. That is on the Leicester Wyndham third quarter scoreboard, 27 minutes played.
It's really, Pete, only in the last 8 or 9 minutes of this second quarter that they've really put the pressure on Thomson, haven't they? And they've done very, very nicely. West Cricket have battled it out for the first half of the quarter for no reward, 1 goal. And
but what's a bit scary, mate, is that the guys that they've rotated off the bench, and they haven't missed a beat.
No,
they really haven't missed a beat.
The whole mechanics and clockwork of the team doesn't change, does it?
I said to you that there's only about 6 or 7 guys haven't had a rest. There's one in particular that hasn't had a rest, Eric.
Well, perhaps he can't.
No, Timmy Gardner.
If he stops, that might be the end of him.
Would you, like in your coaching, would you have taken him off the ground and said, look, go and have a shower, mate?
I probably wouldn't have played him with a cork's eye, but obviously, you know what Timmy's like. He's just fanatical about the game of footy.
Ball has gone towards half forward for the Cheetahs. And we will have a ball up now. Big pack around. Umpire Beveridge to come in. Receives the ball back from Andrew Atchison. Anderton gets across there up against Ladder. Anderton goes up early. Ladder gets it away towards the boundary line. Williams can't keep it in. It will be a boundary throw in.
I suppose the follow on from that, Pete, once he's decided to play Timmy Gardner, he's really got to play the whole game out. It's probably going to run the bruise out to some large degree if he can stay there.
But is it a bruise or is his knee?
No, it's corked eye.
Just a corked eye.
Yeah. Boundary throw in. Anderton gets it down the side of the pack. Hockley got a high tackle. She'll get a free kick and does so.
It's only just high.
So Hockley now.
I think, is that a bit of red around the ears?
So Richard Hockley, right half forward. And there's not much space between him and the goal for anybody to give a worthwhile lead. He'll come in. Goes to the right boot, gives it everything. In towards the goal square. Anderton, Atchison, off the hands. Rooney sits in there and kicks a goal. He's second.
2 in the quarter.
And the third for the Cheetahs. They go to 3-7-25. And they trail Thomson 17-7-109 on the Leicester Wyndham third quarter scoreboard. 29.5 minutes played.
I suppose the value there, Pete, of everybody not flying for the mark. Rooney are probably the biggest man in the goal square.
You've got a guy 6'3" and 110, 115 kilos.
but he stood there and got the benefit.
That's what it's all about.
Big Jack's standing in front of us here. He's pretty happy with the dealings, isn't he?
Yes, he certainly...
Got a smile on his face for a veggie man, hasn't he? Strawberry man, sorry.
Back in the middle, Anderton. Ladder's back in the middle now for the Cheetahs. Umpire Beattie throws the ball in the air and then gets it down, and there is the three-quarter time siren, and at three-quarter time it is Thomson 17-7-109. They lead Geelong West Cricket and Football Club 3-7-25 in that quarter. 2 goals straight to the Cheetahs, while 5 goals, 1 were kicked by Thomson. The goal kickers to three-quarter time for the Tigers. 8 goals to Troy Maharas and 3 to Marcus Forbes. Singles to Luke Forbes, Sabali Armstrong, Nick Maharas, Dean Oakley, John Mitchell and Daniel Fanning. While for Geelong West, 2 goals to Chris Runia and a single goal to Andrew Williams. Three-quarter time, it is Thomson 17-7-109. They lead Geelong West 3-7-25. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have Peter Walker's summation of the third term and all the action from the final term here in our Matchday Live coverage on Geelong Radio 100.3 FM, your home of local football.